Hello my dear students, I welcome you all for the next lecture and I wish you the best time of the day whichever time you are watching this video. Let's continue with exercise 7.3. The exercise 7.3 is not a big deal, nothing much that we have to know big concepts. It's only that proving the two triangles congruent and using the property of the congruence of triangle and in a more depth. Apart from this, only one more theorem we may have to use, that is RHS. What does this right hand side theorem? Actually this is not hand, but I don't know why sometimes they call it hand. It is basically hypotenuse, right angle, hypotenuse side test, right angle, hypotenuse side test, right angle, hypotenuse side test. RHS rule, which is called as RHS rule. R for right angle, H for hypotenuse, S for side. This means that if there are two triangles which have to be, of course, right angle triangles. In this, if the right angles are there, definitely the right angles in 90 degree, they will be both there, and hypotenuse has to be congruent. Right angle is there, that will be congruent anyway. Hypotenuse is congruent, and apart from hypotenuse, one more side of these two, any one of these two is congruent, then we can say the two triangles are congruent. Now why this is needed? The only thing this is, see, if supposing there would have been some other triangle like this, if similarly like here this angle is congruent to this angle would have been there, this is side is congruent to this side would have been there, and this side would have been congruent to this side. Can I say these two triangles are congruent if they are not right angle triangles? I can't say, because what is the test then? Side, here you have jumped over. Side, this angle you have not proved congruent. Side, angle, side, this should have been congruent, but that is not there. I go from here, side, angle, now again this also is not congruent. Okay, angle, side, side. There is no such test, angle, side, side. We have SSS test, SAS test, ASA test, AS test. Angle, side, side is nothing like that. See, angle, side we don't have. So this test is otherwise not applicable. It is applicable only if this is a right angle triangle. If this would have been right angle triangle, then it is applicable. This is by right angle hypotenuse side test, right angle hypotenuse side test. So this is one more rule that we have to understand. Otherwise the whole exercise is going in the same way as we have done till now. I hope you all are carrying your textbooks, because this print may not be that clear as I think it should be. So coming over here in the first question, triangle ABC, triangle DBC are two isosceles triangles. So here they have given these two are, this is ABC, this is an isosceles triangle, this is something like that. Okay, A, B, C, D, B, C. So here in given we will have on the same side BC and vertices A and D are on the same side BC if AD is extended. So here on the same base BC, so this is the base. So here triangle ABC and triangle DBC are isosceles triangles. That's all. AD is extended to intersect at P. To prove, what all we have to prove? First of all, triangle ABD is congruent to triangle ACD. ABD congruent to triangle ACD. So if I go by this way, I am taking one more figure over here, purposely drawing a slightly bigger figure. So this is A, B, C, D and P. Here we have to prove triangle BD congruent to triangle ACD. See, if these two triangles, if I have to prove congruent, then definitely I will require three elements who are there with me. AB is congruent to AC will be there with me because, as you know, that it is an isosceles triangle. Triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle, so AB will be equal to AC. And I have got only this one. AD and AD are common sides. But what about the third one? I don't have any information about the third one. This I can't speak about because AD is angle bisector or something like that is not given to you. Okay, that also is not given to you. And what all thing is not given? So one thing is there, but this we don't have. This is common side, this is congruent, this is again congruent. BD is congruent to DC. Why BD is congruent to DC? Because they are sides of a isosceles triangle. See here, the proof starts now. Triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. This is given. Therefore, AB is equal to AC. Fine. Isosceles triangle property. This is your fine. This I have kept ready. Now I will be going for this. Triangle DBC is also an isosceles triangle, and this also is given. Therefore, DB is equal to DC. This will be 2. This also is isosceles triangle property. Now these two are ready and AD is already a common side. So now my comparison starts. In triangle ABD and triangle ACD, AB is equal to AC. This is from 1. DB is equal to DC. This is from 2. And of course AD is equal to AD. Reason is common side. Therefore triangle ABD is congruent to triangle ACD by SS criteria. So this is done. First is done. Now before going to the second one, we have to understand that once these two triangles are congruent, then these angle will be congruent to this angle, this angle will be congruent to this angle, this angle will be congruent to this angle. What are we going to need? We are going to require anything. See now, triangle ABP congruent to triangle ACP. So see now, we are going to prove this. A, B, C, P. Now we have to talk about triangle ABP. This is the second question. And triangle ACP. This we have to prove. Now if we go to talk on this, again we will have AB is congruent to AC. We have done it in 1. Then we will have AP is congruent to AP, common side. Now what next? We don't have any information about BP and CP. We don't have any information about the angles, and this we cannot say that AB is equal to AC, therefore angles are congruent. That is not allowed. At a time, only one property of isosceles triangle you can use. Either AB is equal to AC side you can use, otherwise angle ABC is congruent to angle ACB you can use. Only one property of isosceles triangle you can use in one comparison. So what happens that I can now keep this is congruent to this. I can prove it here, because see here, when I have proved this triangle ABD is congruent to triangle ACD, I can say angle BAD is congruent to angle CAD. Therefore, sorry, sorry, angle BAD is congruent to angle CAD. The reason will be CPCT, and this I will, no, not now, because when I go to use this here, that same angle BAD is actually going to be BAP. So therefore angle BAP is congruent to angle CAP. Reason will be this, I will give you point 3. Same angles, different names. Okay, so likewise now this comparison is ready. Now I can say in triangle ABP and triangle ACP, AB is equal to AC. This is from 1. DB is equal to, no, that is not required. AP is equal to AP. Common side, and angle BAP is equal to angle CAP from 3. Therefore triangle ABP is congruent to triangle ACP by SAS criteria. Now same thing we will do. Now this also is finished, second question also is done. But before going to the third question, we have to see whether this we can use, like how we used over here. After proving these two triangles congruent, I have used CPCT. Do I need to use any other CPCT? But for that, what do I require? So here AP bisects angle A. AP bisects angle A. This we have already proved over here. See, because angle BAP is congruent to angle CAP, that means these two angles are congruent. That means AP is cutting them into two equal angles. That means AP is bisecting. So I will have to write this again. For fourth, I will do one thing. Angle BAP is congruent to angle CAP from 3. Therefore, segment AP bisects angle BAC. Fine. This is also done. Now what is the fourth one? This is really nice. AP is a perpendicular bisector of BC. AP is a perpendicular bisector of BC. Now for that, see, when we have to prove anything is a perpendicular bisector, to prove AP is a perpendicular bisector of BC, I will have to prove perpendicular, means APC is 90 degree. I will have to require to prove angle APC is 90 degree and that is perpendicular, and bisector means BP is equal to PC also is required. So BP is equal to PC I can still say here, because here I have proved triangle ABP is congruent to triangle ACP. Therefore BP is congruent to CP, CPCT. This will be my fourth point. Bisector is done. Now I have to prove perpendicular. For proving perpendicular bisector, see here, angle, similarly angle APB will be congruent to angle APC. APB will be congruent to angle APC. Reason will be same, CPCT, because I have proved these two triangles are congruent. These two triangles are congruent, I have proved. When I have proved these two triangles are congruent, the BP will be congruent to PC by CPCT. Angle APB will be congruent to angle APC by CPCT. But remember, they are congruent, I have proved. To prove them perpendicular bisectors, I have to prove they are 90 degree, not congruent is not going to help you. Bisector is proved, but perpendicular is not yet proved. So what I will do over here, now I will apply angles in linear pair property over here. Angle BPA plus angle APC, or angle APB plus angle APC is equal to 180 degree. Reason is angles in linear pair. Fine. But these two are congruent. Therefore, two angle APC is equal to 180 degree. This is from 5 because they both are congruent. Therefore angle APC is equal to 180 upon 2. Therefore angle APC is equal to 90 degree. This is your 90 degree. So you have proved that this angle APC is 90 degree and you have proved BPC is equal to CP. Therefore from 4 and 6, BP is equal to CP and angle APC is equal to 90 degree. AP is perpendicular bisector of BC. In this way you have proved all of them what they have asked. Okay, I hope you are getting this. This question is, see, now actually we will be using only what we have learnt till now, but we have to use that in chains. First they have asked us to prove these two triangles are congruent, these two triangles ABD and ACD. We will be proving these two triangles congruent, and at that time all the material is given to you. Already these two sides are congruent because they are sides of isosceles triangle. These two triangles are congruent because they are again sides of this isosceles triangle DBC, and AD is a common side. So this is given to you, but now you have to form a chain. Once you prove these two triangles are congruent, now you have to check for this what will be needed. Next is these two triangles ABP and ACP will be congruent is to be proved. For that again you will have AB is equal to AC and AD is a common side, nothing more than that. So this you will have to require to prove that they are congruent, these two angles BAP and angle CAP. For that what you have proved over here, you will have to take a care of this. From here you will have to make a chain over here. So when these two triangles are congruent, therefore BAD will be congruent to CAD by CPCT. And this same angle BAD is nothing but angle BAP, congruent to angle CAD is nothing but angle CAP. This you have to bring it to notice and write same angles with different names. They are the same angles but different names. Then you have to prove this. Two triangles are congruent. And then the rest is very easy, but now that is what is called as chain is happening, taking place. And now the last one is that perpendicular bisector. To prove anything is a perpendicular bisector, you have to prove these two segments that it is cutting. The AP is cutting BC into two segments. Those two segments are congruent. Then it is a bisector. And perpendicular. So angle APC is equal to 90 degree you have to prove. For that, you will have to prove these two angles are congruent by CPCT. And then you have to apply angles in linear pair also. You will have to practice this, students. These all questions are really very good questions. They really make you very strong with your diagrams and you will be able to understand things very faster. Now going to question number 2. AD is an altitude of an isosceles triangle ABC in which AB is equal to AC. Show that AD bisects. AD is an altitude of an isosceles triangle ABC. So here this is the second question. I hope you all are having your textbooks. Okay, I can still show it. Let me see if you are able to read it. AD is an altitude. AD is an altitude of an isosceles triangle ABC. From here, altitude means from here you are drawing a perpendicular over here. That is an altitude. This is perpendicular. That's why it is called an altitude. AD of an isosceles triangle ABC. Fine. In which AB is equal to AC. Show that AD bisects BC. AD bisects BC. The same old story. Again we will do the same thing. This two triangles. AD bisects BC means we have to show that BD is equal to BC. Bisects, as I told you, it is cutting into two equal parts. Equal parts means BD is equal to DC if I show. Then that is done. So when BD is equal to DC, the BD and DC I will separate into two different triangles. That will be triangle ABD and triangle ACD. If I prove these two triangles are congruent, then I can simply say BD is congruent to CD because CPCT. Now what will happen if these two triangles I deal with? Of course I require 3 elements. Out of that 3 elements I will require. Side AB is equal to side AC, S is over. AD is equal to AD, S is over. Next what? Next is nothing but angle ADC is equal to 90 degree. Right angle. So now if you will see, but what is the rule? if I consider triangle ABD, AB is the hypotenuse because it is a side opposite to 90 degree. Side opposite to 90 degree is called as hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is there only in right angle triangle. It does not exist in any other triangle because basically hypotenuse is side opposite to 90 degree. So it is a right angle triangle. So AB is the hypotenuse. I have proved hypotenuse are congruent, and one more side is congruent, that is AD. So these two triangles will be congruent by RHS rule, that is right angled hypotenuse side test. Fine. So it's simple. In given, you will have triangle ABC is isosceles triangle, AB is equal to AC, that's all. And of course AD is perpendicular to BC. This is given because it is an altitude. Altitude means it is a perpendicular. Height. To prove, what you are going to prove? AD bisects BC. So it's very simple in triangle ABD because all are present, and triangle ACD, AB is equal to AC. This is given. AD is equal to AD. This is reason is common side. Also angle ADB is equal to angle ADC. Each 90 degrees given. Therefore triangle ABD is congruent to triangle ACD by RHS rule, right angle hypotenuse side theorem. Right angle hypotenuse side theorem. Fine. Therefore I can say now BD is congruent to CD because CP, CT, they are congruent parts of congruent triangles. Therefore AD bisects BC. Fine. So with this we can go to the next question now. That is question number 3. This is again that same thing, chain type of questions. What they are telling, two sides AB and BC and median AM of one triangle ABC. So this is one triangle ABC. And there is a median over here. There is a median over here, and then this is ABM. This is C. And there is another triangle PQR. Again there is a median. See, altitude and median. Altitude is always perpendicular drawn on the opposite side, and median is always which is going and joining the midpoint of the opposite side. So this is going to be midpoint of the opposite side. So here we get what? AB, M and P, Q, R, N. What are they telling? AB and BC and median AM. AB, BC as whole, BC. So actually this should have been marked over here. And median AM of one triangle ABC are respectively equal to sides PQ and QR. AB is equal to PQ, BC is equal to QR, and median PN. In this way they are congruent of triangle PQR. Show that. To show, of course first I will write given AB is congruent to PQ, AM is congruent to PN, BC is congruent to QR. These things are given to prove, and of course AM is median. This is very important on BC. PN is median on QR. Median because that's the reason BM will be congruent to MC, or BM is equal to half of MC, MC is equal to half of BC. Everything comes over there. To prove What we have to prove? Triangle ABM is congruent to triangle PQN. One more thing, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. That's all. So my dear students, here again the same old story. Diagrams, diagrams, diagrams. I just love tracing diagrams. I love teaching while with the help of diagrams. See here, when I go to check over here, see, you should be able to trace diagrams, my dear students. It is very important that you are able to trace diagrams. One who is able to trace diagrams is able to talk to the diagrams. That is what I say is talking with the diagrams. If you are able to talk to the diagrams, only then your geometry is improving. This is A, B, C, M, P, Q, R. Now first time what we are going to, triangle ABM and triangle PQN. See, this we are going to prove. We are going to compare ABM, this triangle and this triangle PQN. These two triangles we are going to compare. Here we can see straight AB is congruent to PQ we have got. AM is congruent to PNE we have got when we talk about these two triangles. Now what? The third one is BC congruent to QR. We don't want BC. We want BM. That means, my dear students, that we have done sometimes that from the full or a bigger triangle we are moving to the smaller triangle. From the full angle we are moving to the half angle. From the half angle we are moving to the full angle. We have learned that technique, and that we have to do over here. We know that BC is congruent to QR. This is given. From here we have to move to half. That means half of BC will be still congruent to half of QR, and this will be your first one. Then you will bring it to notice, but half of BC will be equal to what? BM, and half of QR will be equal to QN. The reason is property of a median. They are a median. Median always bisects. Then in place of this I will write BM, and in place of this I will write QM. This way I am moving from full BC to half BM, QR to half of QR, QN. Okay, so this I have to do first. So here what I will tell, first I have to keep it ready. So BC is congruent to QR. This is given. Okay, therefore half of BC is congruent to half of QR. Here I can say taking half of both sides. Fine. Now this is my first point, but half of BC is equal to BM. This is my interest. Better see over here. Half of BC is equal to my BM, and this half of QR is equal to QN. Reason for those both is this is second, this is third. Property of a median. Fine. So this is there. Now from 1, 2 and 3 we get 1, 2 and 3. What do we get? Half of BC, in place of that I will write BM. half of QR. In place of that I'll write QN. Fine. And this will be my fourth point. Like this I have got BM is equal to QN. Now I can prove these two triangles are congruent, because now I have got. Now I can proceed to say in triangle ABM and triangle PQN, AB is equal to AC. This is AB is equal to PQ. This is given. AM is equal to PN. These two things are given. BM is equal to QN from 4. Therefore, triangle ABM is congruent to triangle PQN by SSS criteria. This is done. So this is done. Now let us go to the second question, where we have to prove triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Now if we have to go to that, again we will see the one more diagram. See dear students, A, B, C, M, this is the median. P, Q, R, M, this is the median again. Here we have got AB is congruent to PQ, AM is congruent to PN, BC as a whole is congruent to NR as a whole. And the second question they are asking is to prove triangle ABC, this complete triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. This is what we have to prove. Here again if you will see, this side is congruent to this side we have got. This is of no use, because this is not the side of the triangle. And BC is congruent to QR also we have got. What about the next? We don't have any information about AC and PR. We don't have any information about angle A and angle P, and neither we have any information of angle C and angle R, B and angle Q. But what does happen, that when we proved this triangle is congruent to this triangle, can we say angle ABC is also congruent to angle PQN, CPCT? If here we, after proving triangle ABM congruent to triangle PQN, after proving that we say angle ABM is congruent to angle PQN, then actually it is angle ABC congruent to angle PQR. Same angles, different names. That's what we have to do over here. We have to get angle ABC congruent to angle PQR from there. Then this will be congruent by SAS criteria. So here itself I will tell, therefore angle ABM, I hope you are able to see this, angle ABM is congruent to angle PQN, this is CPCT. Therefore angle ABC is congruent to angle PQR, because they are same angles with different names. And this is going to be my fifth point. So this is how now ABC congruent to PQR is ready, and now I am ready to prove the other two triangles are congruent also. Okay, it is always better to write over here now, proving triangle ABC congruent to triangle PQR. It is always nice to write a heading what you are going to do. So here again in triangle ABC and triangle PQR. What all things we have got? AB is congruent to PQ. AB is congruent to PQ. This is given. We are going to use side, angle side. So angle ABC is congruent to angle PQR. Angle ABC is congruent to angle PQR. This is from behind, we have proved it 5, from 5, and then we have got BC is congruent to QR. For this reason is again given. Therefore triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR by SAS criteria. So this also is done. So in this way we have finished 3 questions. Now moving to the 4th one. 4th one, BE and CF are 2 equal altitudes of triangle ABC. Okay, we have to prove triangle ABC is an isosceles. Okay, so this is something of this sort. A, BE and CF are 2 on ABs of triangle altitudes of a triangle ABC. Okay, B and C. So here B, C. So from here an altitude is drawn, something like that. Altitude 90 degree. This is 90 degree. A perpendicular on the opposite side. This is what B, E and C, F are the 2 altitudes of triangle ABC using RHS. 2 equal altitudes. 2 equal altitudes means these are congruent. Fine. Using RHS congruence rule, prove that triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. See, to prove triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle, we can prove it by proving AB is equal to AC. Okay, we have to prove AB is equal to AC. For that, actually, even if we prove the base angles, angle ABC is congruent to angle ACB, then also it is done. I hope you are getting it. If I have to prove if I can prove this angle ABC is congruent to angle ACB, these angles are congruent, then also it is going to be an isosceles triangle, because ABC congruent to ACB, therefore AC is equal to side AC is equal to side AB, sides opposite to congruent angles. For that, what I will do, I will separate these 2 angles into 2 different triangles. So where am I going now? Where is the question moving? In what fashion it is moving? I hope you all are able to see it. This is the triangle. This will be the perpendicular drawn over there. This will be a perpendicular drawn over here. So if I have to prove this angle is congruent to this angle, I have to separate them into 2 different triangles, and now this is a mixture of triangles. That's why I am drawing them in the different colors. See, this triangle, what is that? FBC. Green triangle will be having angle FBC. Fine. And the other will be BEC. Fine. BEC. These are right angle triangles. Fine. This is A. So now what do we get is, this we have to prove. So can I prove these 2 triangles, green and red triangles congruent? Of course here BE is congruent to FC is given. This is right angle triangle and BC is common side, finished. BC is common side, BC is the hypotenuse, side opposite to right angle. side opposite to right angle. It is a hypotenuse for this also and hypotenuse for this also. So RHS. That's all. So here to prove triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. In proof, what you will have? First you will tell, right heading, proving triangle FBC congruent to triangle EBC. You are going to prove, and this is your heading. This is not your solution. So now what? In comparison in triangle FBC and triangle EBC, ECB. Actually ECB should have been there. What I will get? FC is congruent to EB. This is given. BC is congruent to CB. They are coming in opposite direction. Reason? Common side. Angle BFC is equal to angle CEB, each 90 degree given. Therefore, triangle FBC is congruent to triangle FBC ECB RHS rule. Right angle hypotenuse side. Right angle hypotenuse side test. Okay. Therefore, this is done. Therefore, I will tell angle FBC. This is my interest. FBC is congruent to angle ECB because CPCT. Now, but my interest is not in FBC. ABC. Angle ABC is congruent to here angle ACB. Reason will be same angles, different names. Okay. So now therefore angle opposite to ABC is AC. AC is congruent to AB. Reason? Sides opposite to congruent angles. Therefore, triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. Fine. This is done. This is done. Now we get to question number 5. In question number 5, which is the last question of this exercise, ABC is an isosceles triangle with AB is equal to AC. This is actually theorem of isosceles triangle, where we have to prove in isosceles triangle side opposite to or angles opposite to congruent sides are congruent. This is A, B, C. They have given AB is equal to AC. Draw AP perpendicular to BC. Show that these angles are congruent. Again the same thing, when these angles are congruent, that means it is very simple, my dear students. Here given triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. AB is equal to AC. AP is perpendicular to BC. These all things are given. Prove angle B is equal to angle C. Here again the same thing you will do in proof. When I have to prove these two angles are congruent, I have to separate them into two different triangles. So these two triangles will be found. Angle B will go in triangle ABP, angle C will go in triangle ACP. So here what do I say? In triangle ABP and triangle ACP, AB is equal to AC. This is given. Then AP is equal to AP, common side. Then angle APB is equal to angle APC, each 90 degree given. Therefore triangle ABP is congruent to triangle ACP by RHS rule. Therefore angle ABP is congruent to angle ACP by CPCT. Therefore angle B is congruent to angle C. That's all. Okay my dear student, so with this we have finished 7.3, one of the very important exercise, and then we will be left with only one more exercise and some 2 questions from first exercise. I hope you all are doing well and prepare well my dear students, exams are very close. Okay, revise this. I'll try to give the test on this exercise 7.1, 7.2 and 7.3 all together tomorrow. Okay my dear students, all together 7.1, 7.2 and 7.3. Okay my dear students, stay home, stay safe, and most important, stay happy. Love you all my dear students. Bye.